Clearwater Police, this is Aaliyah. The line is being recorded.
No rescue.
Alrighty, caller, this is the Clearwater Police Department. What's going on at...
Nothing's happening right now, but there's an incident that happened weeks ago, and I want to report it.
Okay. What was going on a couple weeks ago?
I was in my boyfriend's house. I was visiting him. We got into a pretty big fight. I had asked him to stop screaming at me at the top of his lungs, and he refused to. And he went into the other room, and I asked him, I calmed down and I said, can you please talk to me? He said no. And then I went into the kitchen and I threw his pumpkin pie on the floor. I poured out a can of water and I rolled a watermelon onto the floor. And then he wasn't even in the room when it happened. And he came charging in and he picked me up from behind and held me up in the air and restrained my arms for like 5 to 10 minutes. And he wouldn't let me go. And then he said he was going to call the police, and I said, fine, call the police, I'm leaving. And he finally let me go, and I went outside for like an hour. It was like the coldest night on record, and he begged me to come back, and so I did. But he's not allowed to hold me like that. He's not allowed to restrain me. I wasn't touching him and I wasn't touching his stuff.
Alrighty, and I know that you said that it happened a few weeks ago. Do you know when it happened exactly?
Yeah, let me just look at my calendar. Is today the 6th?
Today is the 7th.
Sorry, I'm just... Hold on. It was on a Monday.
On this Monday?
And I believe it was... No, I believe it was the 17th of November.
Okay. Alrighty. And does he live at... or is that where you live?
That's where he lives.
Okay. And where are you currently? Are you currently at your own home?
No, I'm at a hotel.
Okay. Where's that hotel?
It's the Days Inn on Gulf to Bay, I think.
Okay. Alrighty. And what is your boyfriend's name?
Aaron Smith-Levin.
Okay. And your name?
Jenna Miscavige.
Okay. And what's a good callback number for you?
This one.
Okay. Unfortunately, And as far as you know, he's at his home. He's not there at the hotel with you?
Yeah, he was here at the hotel with me, where he was screaming at me just now, and I didn't want to report it in the past because I didn't want to hurt him or ruin his family, but he keeps fucking screaming at me and treating me like dog shit, and I'm just sick of it. And it's not the first time that's happened.
Okay. Alrighty. Jennifer, I'm going to get this call up for service. What room there are you in at the Days Inn?
218.
218. Okay, I'm going to get this call up for service, and we're going to have an officer come on over and speak with you, okay?
Okay.
All right, you just hang tight, all right? Okay. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi. You're here by yourself? What's up?
I said I was on the phone.
I know, but I have to talk to you on the police officer. So you gotta say everything in the morning.
2 weeks ago, or something like that, I believe it's the 17th, I was at my boyfriend's house,
Okay.
and we got into a fight where he was screaming at me at the top of my lungs and spitting food in my face, on top of his lungs, and spitting food in my face. I asked him to please stop talking to me like that, and he said no, and he went to the other room. I calmed down, I said, can we please talk again? And he said no, and he started screaming again. So I went into the kitchen, and I threw his pumpkin pie on the floor, and I rolled his watermelon onto the floor, and I emptied a can of water, and then he came in from the other room and picked me up from behind and squeezed me like this and held my arms and lifted me up and wouldn't let me go, and this lasted for 5 or 10 minutes, and then he said he was going to call the cops, and I said fine, call the cops, and I'm going to leave. And then I went outside, and it was like really, really cold, and then he begged me to come back, and then I did.
Okay. You're for sure this was the 17th?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I think there's another copy on this. 207 to 17 you can cancel. 217 can cancel. I'm fine by myself.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, sorry. Oh yeah, it was the 17th. Yeah.
Okay, so we're for sure it's the 17th.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go grab it. Oh, it's annoying. Okay, so this happened the 17th, like at nighttime? You know, okay, do you know about what time?
I have
An adult female, 10:15 at 12:49.
Are any of those texts him admitting that he picked you up or squeezed you, or that the actual offense occurred?
No.
Did you have any bruising, redness, marks,
Yeah,
anything
for
like
the
that?
next week I had right here it hurt, and it actually still does. Like,
Okay. I'm gonna get my phone and my
I
thing.
mean, it's not. It was weeks ago, but it still has
Right.
like I don't know, like something like
So were your hands, were they like this? Like,
they're like that.
okay. Okay,
You know, I
how
was
long
trying to
have
get them
you and him been dating?
2 years.
Okay, were you living in the house?
No,
Okay, where do you live?
I live in San Diego. I
Oh.
come out to see him.
Okay, so,
Hey,
hey,
I heard you can say cancel.
yeah, it's just me and her. You don't have to stay. It's just, you're just gonna be hanging out with us basically. So,
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to if you want to go chill or do whatever. It's just you.
It's the 10th. It was the 10th.
It's so dark in here. Can we turn on a light? If you don't mind. See in the dark and it's not gonna be in the day.
ID number.
Oh,
It's
cool.
in California. She stays in California. It's still her current address.
Okay, that's what she was saying.
The incident happened on the 10th.
The 10th.
Yeah.
Okay. At what time do you think?
He does know, she stays here. He was just here apparently, so.
Oh.
I'll handle it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Are you familiar with him?
No, I looked him up though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to see if it's the next day. You talking about it with him?
He didn't admit in any of those texts that, like,
No.
okay. All right.
I'm sure he will admit it. I'm sure he doesn't see anything wrong.
For 12.
Who? No, not yet. No.
It happened between 8 and 9 p.m.
8, 9 p.m. on the 10th. Got it. Okay.
New Hampshire.
How tall are you and how much do you weigh? I heard it. Alright, so on the 10th, between 8 and 9 p.m., I'm just going to reiterate this so we're on the same page. Between 8 and 9 p.m., you guys are arguing. You're staying there? I assume, like, you came down and you're just staying there. Mm-hmm. You guys are arguing. He's screaming in your face. You tell him to stop. He says no. He throws pumpkin pie on the ground and his watermelon and a can of water.
We were arguing and he was spitting in my face. He wasn't like purposely spitting in my face.
Right, he's yelling and things are coming out.
But it was like obvious. Like I was like going like this and he kept doing it. And then I said, stop talking to me like that.
What were you guys arguing about? Do you remember?
Something, an earlier argument that we had in the day, and then we left the whole day, and then he came back, and then we started talking, and I was like, can you please stop being insulting and mocking me? And then he started yelling at me at the top of his lungs, which he does all the fucking time. And then when he was doing that, he was like spitting out food, and I was like, can you please stop talking to me like that? I want to sort this out, but I need you to not talk like that. And he said, no, you can't police my tone. And he said, if you don't want to talk to me, then that's it. We're not talking. If you're not willing to talk to me like this, then we're not talking at all. And then he got up and he left to the back room. And then I went to the other room and I calmed down and I went in there and I said, can we please talk? And he said, no, I'm not. You're trying to police me. He just was yelling again. And so I was angry. I went into the kitchen. He wasn't in the kitchen at this time. And I took the pumpkin pie and I threw it on the floor and I emptied a can of water on the floor and I rolled a watermelon onto the floor and I emptied his can of gum onto the floor, and then he came storming in, and then he picked me up from behind and he put his arms around here and he lifted me up into the air. And I was struggling to get away, and I was like, let me go. And he was like, no, I'm not going to let you go. And finally, he was like, I'm going to call the cops. I was like, go ahead, fucking call the cops. I'm leaving. And then I was walking towards the door, and I said, and he was following me, and I said, can I please just get my phone? And then I got it. He let me get my phone, and then I went outside. I didn't even have any shoes on. And that was a really, really cold night. Like, it was that night that was really, really cold.
Yeah, I remember there was a really cold night, yeah.
And so I just left and I went outside and I called my friend and I told her what was happening. And then one of his friends tried to call me, and then he said, you know, come back home, it's really cold. And I did after like an hour.
Where'd you go?
Just was outside.
With no shoes on?
Yeah, I was just like really upset. And
Yeah,
I was just crying and I was outside his house.
Okay. Is there a reason why you didn't call us that night?
Yeah, because I didn't want to hurt him. Like and honestly I thought it was my fault. Like I was like, I threw his food and whatever. And then when I was actually like saying what happened to someone, they were like, no, that's like, it's not good that you threw his food.
Right.
But also, that's not an appropriate level
response. Right.
Yeah, like he's allowed to call the cops or allowed to ask you to leave, but he's not allowed to restrain you unless you're hurting him or unless you're throwing. I don't even know then.
Right.
So,
well, no one's allowed to hurt anyone else under any circumstance unless it's self-defense.
Yeah.
It's really the most basic way to put it. So, when he came up behind you and he grabbed you, what is the time frame that he had a hold of you?
It was like between 5 and 10 minutes.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Were you in the
I
air?
was struggling to get away. So it lasted for a while.
Right. Were your feet on the ground or in the air?
Both.
Okay, so you were just trying to do this, and
Yeah, and like,
okay.
he'd like pick me up, yeah.
What eventually happened and you got away?
He said he was gonna call the cops. I said, go ahead, I'm leaving. I was
Okay.
like, I'll leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then he let me go.
Okay.
And then I started leaving, and then I got my phone.
Was there any hitting, striking, punchings, any other physicalness other than his grabbing you from behind that? Okay.
No.
Did you hit him, anything of the sorts?
Mm-mm.
Okay. You said there was no, you had that like wrist pain, but there was, you don't have any pictures of like any bruising or any, okay.
I did, but I don't.
Did you take pictures? You didn't take pictures? Okay. The friend that you called that night, you obviously told her everything that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Would she be able to speak with us to corroborate that she spoke with you that night and that you called her? Do you think she'd be willing to do that?
Yeah, I can answer.
Okay, yeah, because it just helps the circumstance to kind of confirm, everything that happened. So what prompted this to be brought up today?
I guess because I've just been dealing with so much with him over, like, he was in jail. I've been doing everything for him to support his family, and he's just been being fucking cruel, wouldn't let me get my stuff. And, today I was trying to talk with him, and he was just being a total fucking asshole and just screaming once again. And I guess I'm trying to handle it, like deal with him with it one-on-one. Like, he's just being I don't want to report it.
Right.
But also, he's just never gonna change. He won't even apologize for it or even acknowledge that happened or anything else. So that's why.
So you're done with him, I assume then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he came today? Here?
Yeah, I did ask him to come so that we could talk.
Okay, and I'm assuming that didn't go well?
No.
Okay. So he left and then you called us, basically, is what?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he go back home?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he aware that you called us?
I told him.
Okay, what did he say to that?
He said that I'm lying and all of this stuff.
So you don't think he'll admit to what occurred?
I actually think that he will.
Really?
I just don't think he thinks that it's a misdemeanor. Or
Right.
whatever.
Does he have any prior batteries? I don't know.
Yeah, he was in jail. Well, he's not convicted.
Yeah, right, okay. Okay, you want to press charges against him, you want him to go to jail?
I don't know what that means.
Like, so right now you're the victim, right? It's considered domestic battery, you guys have been dating for 2 years, you don't reside together, but you have like an intimate relationship, right, boyfriend, girlfriend. It happened at his house, right? Okay. So you're considered a victim of domestic battery at this point, based on your statement. So, we don't need you because of the state law as far as like you to be a cooperative victim. Like if we find probable cause to arrest you for domestic battery, then you can say, I don't want him to go to jail, and you can still take him to jail. But I like to ask people like, are you willing to cooperate with the investigation? Do you want him to go to jail for like the whole 9 yards? Because that's like the route that this takes when there's an allegation of domestic battery.
I mean, I just feel not sure what's right. Like, I don't know what's right and what's wrong. Like, I don't know if it's something that I should do or I shouldn't do.
Well, you called us, so you obviously felt like you should do something because you were called, right? So we've made it this far. It's your choice.
I have to decide right now?
I mean, so what'll happen is, I still have to speak with him and get his side of the story. It's going to be difficult without any like marks, bruising. Does he have any is there any camera footage or anything anywhere? Nothing.
I mean, he made a video the next day and his voice is like gone. Like you can tell that he
was from screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be very difficult to prove that it happened. So what will happen is I can talk to him now. He says, yeah, she threw my pumpkin by the ground, so I picked her up. And then he admitted to it, which makes it really easy. But I highly doubt that he's going to do that because he's smarter than that.
I don't think he is.
Really?
Yeah. I think he thinks that because I threw his pumpkin pie that he has a right to do that.
Well, I'm going to go talk to him, so we'll find out. This is kind of like the A-B scenario. A is he admits to it, right? It's a domestic battery. He goes to jail. B is he says, nope, she's a liar. That never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 yada, yada. it makes it very hard for me to prove it, right? If you had pictures of arm, like bruising all day, but it's hard, right?
Yeah.
To prove it, that doesn't mean I don't believe you.
Yeah.
That just means that it makes it very hard for me to have probable cause.
Yeah.
So then a report is written with your statement, whatever he says, and it's documented. Now, there's other options of things you can do. You can get an injunction against him, obviously. If you feel like
Just go home.
well, home is a good option, right? Block him, be done with the situation, you know what I'm saying? Don't obviously go back to it because he's shown violence, so that could only progress into worse things. But that's kind of like the stalemate that we're at because of the time frame one, lack of witness, and injury. So I'm going to take some pictures of you, just like your hands, stuff like that. Which is part of the requirement of our investigation for domestic violence policy procedure. And then I'm going to give you a victim rights booklet with a case number on it. Just our Florida victims' rights, everything that you need to know. If you need to call like a victim advocate or anything like that, all that information is in there for you. And then
grab that form.
I actually got it. When I was downstairs getting the other two things, I knocked it out because I don't want to go back on the stairs again. And then I'm going to go try to talk to him. Is anybody at the house with him? Is he by himself?
I think he's by himself.
Okay.
I have been staying here.
He drove here.
Oh yeah, he drove.
You drove here, okay. When are you leaving to go home?
Wednesday.
Okay, so you're just gonna hang out here and do whatever, I
I
guess?
mean, I might try to get a flight home earlier, but my
Okay.
flight wasn't changeable and refundable. So
Yeah. And so it's
We could probably change your room here, so he doesn't know what room you're in at least.
or
I
you
did
could,
ask him to come over. I don't.
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's not illegal for you to ask him to come over, but if you're done with him, right? Because here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna go knock on his door. Now it's stirred up the pot, right? So he's gonna be upset because now the police are knocking on his door. He's probably gonna call you, text you, maybe try to come over here, all the things, right? Because it's like stirring the pot. So
He
My
never
sugge-
like hit me or something like that. I'm not afraid of him.
right, but you have to think about it from the scale of like if he's willing to put his hands on you even in a minor way, that's already across the line, right? So it's not to say if he feels that's okay that maybe he just hasn't got to that point yet, right?
Yeah.
That's what they always say. Domestic violence usually starts small. It doesn't start with a sucker punch to the face. It starts with grabbing the wrist, pushing, and this is like the gateway to it, right? So don't trust him is what I'm saying, because you don't want him to come in here and something bad happen. So that was a great idea. Change your room or just go to a different hotel altogether. If you're flying out of Tampa, pack your stuff up, take an Uber, and go to Tampa and stay in a hotel over there. Then guess what? He doesn't know where you are, and you just get peace, right? Because it sounds like that's all you want now is peace. I don't know why. I mean, I would.
was hoping that we could not hate each other, but
Unfortunately, in most circumstances, that's very difficult to achieve. Especially. Yeah, that's what I said. Block him. You seem very intelligent, so I feel like you can handle the situation. You obviously tried doing it a different way, and that didn't work. So, yeah, I'm going to take some pictures of you. I'm going to give you this pamphlet, and then I'm going to go try to chat with him. So just don't be surprised if shortly thereafter he starts blowing your phone up, because he's probably going to, because he's going to be upset. So, you're allowed to answer it. I would suggest not answering it if it was me. But in a twofold, if he sends any text or anything that admits to, well, I grabbed you, but you threw my pumpkin pie on the ground, that is extremely important because he's admitting. So I can use that. So if for any reason that happens, let me know. And then that can be used, okay? All right, let's get some pictures.
How long ago was here?
Like right before you call, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, just stand like normal, arms by your side. It's like no glamour shot. It's just formality, basically. You don't have any injuries, so it's just checking a box. Hold your hands out. Now, where did you say the,
Right here.
okay, I'm just gonna try to get like a photo.
doesn't really hurt.
Did you guys meet in California?
No, we met here a really, really long time ago.
Yeah.
We were both in psychology.
I need more hands. Snacks. Yeah, I got it. I figure it out. Here. Oh. Do you have any questions? Anything else you want to say about this situation? Did anything else happen? Any other physical incidents? Anything else that you want to talk about?
I mean, we were in Hawaii earlier this year, and we had another big fight, and
Alright, sorry to you.
like, it was just going on for days, and I did pour water on him. And then he picked me up and he like threw me across the room, like from here to there.
You see what I'm saying about the gateway to the violence?
Yeah, but I poured water on him.
I mean, pouring water on someone is not okay either, but like, how, on a scale of like violent, pouring water, throwing across the room. Two different acts.
It was like only a small space though, like it wasn't like across a whole room.
Right.
But
It sounds like it's time for you two to not date anymore, because it's clearly become toxic and not a healthy environment for either of you, and not bringing out the best qualities in either of you either. So, and I'm sure, you know, that you'll be fine. Yeah? Any more questions? No. Nothing else physical happened here in Clearwater?
no, I mean nothing bad, yeah.
Okay, like, I just want to make sure there's nothing we missed.
Oh no.
Okay.
I mean I've been with him other times here in Clearwater.
No, I know that. I'm saying, did anything else physical happen, like any other than the 10th here in Clearwater? Have you had any other?
No.
Okay. All right. This is your victim rights pamphlet. It has the case number and my name on it, okay? Hold on to this. If you have questions or like he texts you and admits to it, just call the non-emergency number. They'll get you to me somehow. Even if I'm not here, I'll get back to you. And we will put that as a part of the case, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, for now. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you need anything else, call. Okay. I'm gonna go over there and talk to him next. Please don't tell him, text him, whatever, that we're coming, because that's just gonna strengthen us even more. Like I said, at this point, I don't have probable cause to arrest him unless he admits to it. Okay. So it's just gonna be documented at this point. Okay. All right. All right. You're welcome. Have a better day. Okay. Did you see the car leave here, or just the area?
Just the area, and the light turned off.
Did you hear him? Did you see him? I heard like.
Can we follow this description onto the SO?
The light went off, right? It was on.
Yeah, it was on.
I heard like, I don't know, it sounded like a voice, like on a phone.
Can you guys pull that picture off there?
I don't see anybody in there.